Welcome back to the CRUST, this new game in early access, which is like Captain of Industry, Factorio, Satisfactory, all of those great games. We're on the moon. There's been a big explosion or something else. We're just rebuilding our base right now. This is actually the night, as you can see the night sky. So we're not getting any energy. We are using our batteries. And most of the work right now is happening underground, right? Underground, we have our mining facilities over here. In the first episode, you can find it in the video description below. I showed you the basic. We saw also the basic of the story, right? And today we are gonna expand by a lot, right? The goal is really to get into full productions, automate the productions, conveyor belts and things like this. Well, let's dive right in. So we have this mission of building or making 35 concrete. So this is happening over here. This is good. We need to make sure that we have enough regoliths for it to happen. But I can see we actually have enough for sure. We already have 30. So all good there.
Well, that's a start. There should be enough smart concrete for the first time.
Okay. So what is the next mission? Tell us, please. The day is still far. Right, the moon nights last for many days. Oh, not enough resource. Yeah, so this is over here.
We have a message on the emergency channel.
Okay, Alice, put it on the screen.
This is Arthur Moore, commander of the Hope 2 orbital station. The station has sustained severe damage from multiple collisions. We have lost key control modules. A hard moon landing will occur in the coming weeks. Request assistance from anyone who hears this message. All crew members are ordered to take shelter in Block 4. I repeat, attention, this is Arthur Moore. So this is the commander of the station we saw that is just next to the moon. And obviously during the explosion, they received a lot of debris and they're gonna go down.
Debris from the meteorite.
Yeah.
Director, my name is Clyde Draper, and I lead the CRUST search and rescue operation. We are aware of the situation with Hope 2 and are already developing an evacuation plan.
Okay.
There's still a chance to restore resource mining and production at your facility, and it's in our mutual interest for you to assist us. We need a place to accommodate the rescued crew, and your base is the most suitable candidate.
I'm flattered.
CRUST will provide you with the necessary equipment and scientific resources to carry out the assigned task.
With all due respect, Director, I do not share your doubts. People are in danger, and if it's in our power to help them, we must do so.
We must. Alice, really?
With all due respect, Alice. Altruism has clouded your judgment. CRUST is clearly asking for grant aid that we cannot afford right now. I suggest we focus on restoring production and resuming shipments to Earth, where resources are urgently needed right now.
So he's obviously the capitalist, right? He has the contract on Earth, so he wants the resources.
Also, I've negotiated a prepayment with FASM. We can use their funds if we start reestablishing the contract system now.
Okay.
But all you care about is profit. If that's the case, think of the technology CRUST will provide.
Do we pay a fair price for their technology? Don't forget, Director, by accepting CRUST's offer, we will allow them to decide how our base is developed. We'll have to focus on the construction of the living quarters and postpone the expansion of high-tech manufacturing and investigation of the meteorite case.
CRUST is going to accommodate the surviving Hope 2 crew members at your base in exchange for equipment and technologies for us to carry out a rescue mission. If you accept CRUST's offer, you will lose access to the FASM contract, for which the corporation is willing to pay upfront.
So it is, right? We're in the campaign, and remember I mentioned first episode that there will be choices. This is our first choice. Do we want to go with, this route where we're saying that we're going to accommodate the station crew, or do we want to focus first on restoring supply deliveries to Earth? Right? This doesn't mean that we'll never have crew, of course, in our station, but it is actually, they say this is high difficulty. This is a bit more normal difficulty because we're going to get more credits. We're going to get the contract system first. And then, I think basically we'll still get the crew at some point versus this one is more like you get the crew right away. Because it says work in progress and also because it's first series, I think we're gonna go with this one. But again, I think this is great that this way we have some replayability. We can do another one and next time do this choice.
I hear you. CRUST is capable of organizing a rescue operation independently, but the explosion damaged the system for communicating with the nearest facilities. You need communication for full operations on the moon, and we needed to rescue the crew of Hope 2.
So it's a
Your
win-win.
base is the closest to the repeater, and we can provide the equipment for the repairs. It's a mutually beneficial proposal, Director, but I understand if you want to discuss it with your colleagues again.
No, they have too many opinions. I'll take that offer.
Pleasure doing business with you. We'll send you the rover scout and the coordinates for the repeater shortly.
Okay.
Cynical, but the best we can do under the current circumstances is try to salvage the equipment that miraculously survived.
We definitely should.
Well, let's not waste any time. Professor, you prepared a research plan before starting the expedition, didn't you?
Absolutely. First, we need to increase production. We have smelting furnaces, but we need extractors and refineries to extract the oxides.
Okay. So yeah, we're gonna... Oh.
Research underground.
Yeah, got you. So this is what I was mentioning just before. We're gonna start to do actual production chains, right? Instead of having robots that are going to try to get some iron from this deposit, we're gonna put a miner over here, and the miner is going to get, everything that's here, meaning it's gonna get some iron, but also other things, and so then we need to refine it into something else, right? And then this something else will be basically the iron oxide that can go over here to make some steel, and same on the other side. I also see that here we found a bit of a spatial vein, so we can't dig further there. So let's continue digging on this side. Right, there's no reason. Let's maybe also dig this here. Okay, good. So we're digging, but first we need to actually do research to get access to the miner. So the research, you can see we have 3 types of points. We have the blue, we have the yellow, orange, and the green, right? This is going to be quite important. Is there's 3 different trees, right? Fundamental, the engineering, and social. Now, in a way, you could say the fundamental is the blue, the engineering is more of the yellow, orange, and the social is more of the green, but it's a bit more complex than this, because very quickly you will see that some research will require all 3 points. But at the start, we could say, this is a bit like this. So right now we only have those orange one. So we're gonna start engineering. And in particular, we want a miner, right? A regolith extractor. It's gonna take 100 points. And because we're producing 100 per day, it's basically gonna take 1 day. In the future, there's going to be other things. I mean, we can make this one already into the queue. This one is 180, so it's going to take a bit more than 1 day, right? And then obviously there's going to be a lot more, right? I don't want to show you all of them to you, but you can see there's definitely more. So let's go. We're gonna restart. Now the day is not there yet, so there's not much we can do over here. I mean, we could create more of these solar panels, but it wouldn't really help in the short term. So for now, we're gonna focus more over here. I think what we're gonna do is also, no, let's leave it for now like this. Okay, so let's go to time 3. Don't hesitate to tell me in the comments below, if you have any questions, thoughts, or requests about this series or others that we're covering on the channel, or maybe that we're not covering and you want to see. Okay, so the research should be done. Here it is. Research complete. Great. You can click on it. Right, you can go back to research. As I said, the next one is researching automatically, so that's great. I'm also going to start the conveyor. We're gonna want that for sure, and we can also put that one after. Okay, so we have the miner. So let's go back into the construction, but instead of going into electricity, we're gonna go into mining, and we have here these regoliths, right? So we're gonna put it on it. Now there is, of course, we can rotate it, right? And you can see, is it overlapping with the resources or not? So we want to obviously make it overlap as much as possible.
Don't forget that extractors need electricity.
Yeah. We need electricity, of course, he's saying. So let me put it. Okay. So to put electricity, press C, right? We are now into electricity. We can connect 10 things to the elevator. So I think we're going to do this because here there's only one more connection, or maybe this one, sorry. Oopsie. Here, let's go here. Now there's a range for this, right? You cannot build it over there. You can build it here. That's fine. Come I press shift so that we can go directly to the next one. Slightly too far, but here, done. And same on this side. Let's go, making it straight. This one needs even more. Okay, so yeah, everything is connected. It's gonna take a second for all of my drones to build the whole thing, but then, you know, that should finish this mission. And by the time this is finished, hopefully we've even researched the next one. Okay. Again, I think the game is pretty beautiful. Look at these modules. I mean, we're still in early access and it's already looking pretty nice, right? You can see the resources being added over here. So it is growing, right? When we're taking these resources, they disappear there. Similarly over here, you can see the resources. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. There's definitely a lot here. Yeah, we're digging there. Dig. Good diggers. They are not on the mine, like on deposits anymore, right? Because now we have miners. Okay. So this one should start. Yeah, it's starting. Look at this.
Data that the extractors have started mining. Now finish the research and build 2 regolith refineries for producing iron and silicon respectively.
Sure thing. So yes, you can. Yeah, got you. So you can see we're producing like 20 per minute. So again, this is how you can start making production chain that work well. So we need to research the regolith refinery. I did that already. So now we can build them, right? The idea is again over here. You can find the building and you can see there is one input at the top and then there's some outputs. There's some outputs of different resources, and you know, spoiler alert, I'm going to align it over here so that it's easy then to put a belt between both. Let's do like that. Oh, I should have pressed. Yeah, got you. I should have pressed shift, sorry. It's fine, we do Control C and we put another one here. Perfect. So yeah, they're gonna build this. We need, of course, again to connect our electricity. So let's go up here, up there. This is not obviously perfect layout, right? To have this in the middle and whatnot, or to have this so far from this. Obviously, if I were building it from scratch, I would put this probably here and this one as close as possible. But you know, it's a start. There's some resources on the floor, but these are resources we're not really doing anything with right now, so that's why they left it there. But it's good to see we're producing. You know, this is almost full. So we're almost, we're basically ready for, you know, the conveyor belts, which is our next one. Multi-regolith refinery. Ooh, that's cool. Yes, so we built both of these.
Refinery is a mono-refinery that can only produce one type of oxide at a time. Be sure to select the recipes for iron and silicon oxide to start production.
Okay, so yeah, this was, you know, what I was saying. This is a mono resource versus the next one we saw in research will be not a mono one. So that means we have to select a recipe over here, right? This one we want the iron. This is gonna take, you know, 2 regoliths. You can see it's gonna take 2 regoliths. Oh, this is strange. I think it should be 10 over here. That seems like a bug. But again, right? It's gonna take the regolith and it's gonna create 2 things: the iron oxide and the slag. In the future we'll do things with slag too, but the important thing right now is for us is to get this silicon oxide and this iron oxide, right? So here it is. We have started.
A conveyor belt will...
You heard him, Director.
So we need to make conveyor belts, right? So, you know, they, by the way, yeah, they do have those tooltips showing you exactly how to do, which I think are working really well. Let's go over here. We have a conveyors, multiple, you know, tiers, very similar to Satisfactory or Captain of Industry, right? A Mark 1 is going to transport 60 per minute, a Mark 2 more, etc, etc. And then you're gonna have things like mergers and splitters, or the equivalent. So the very easy one is over there, right? We want to connect the output of this one to the input of that one. Same on this side, right? Oops, sorry, my bad. Oopsie, oopsie, oopsie. That is not at all what I wanted to do. So up here, to there. Perfect. And this one, no. So sometimes when you build them close to each other, it's slightly finicky, but yeah, it's working well. Build all. So those two have been built. That will automate from this to there, but now we also want to automate over there, so we don't need our drones to transport, right? This is going to cost a bit more money, but no, this is a mission anyway. So let's do it up, and as you can see, you know, I think the pathfinding is pretty good, right? It did find it pretty well. Build all, and done. The research.
We managed to send the research rover scout.
Mm-hmm.
It's essential for your mission. Examine the satellite repeater and activate it by any means possible. Mr. Ratchet will help you sort out the controls.
Okay.
You're free to use data that will help the mission. Some of it will expedite the research. Professor Wilfrey knows what to do with it. However, remember that all ship logs, crew records, and other materials related to the incident are the property of CRUST. Your company has no authority to examine this information.
So you see the story continues, right? I think it is definitely not a meteorite, the explosion, they don't want us to know what happened. But yeah, we have... Yeah, we got a new toy, which is the lander, right? We're gonna be able to land it on the moon anywhere we want. Let's say over here. And we have research completed, the conveyor, that's fine, we're doing this one. Not sure which one we should do next, but it does show you what I was saying before. While there are some research that are using only one type of resource, this one 5,800, you know, of the yeah, sorry.
Almost everything has been modified.
Yeah, okay. So 5,800 of the orange one. This research here is going to use both the blue and the orange. So that's something to keep in mind. So the rover has arrived over here. It's definitely a lot bigger, as you can see. Then, no, these are not my drones, but still. We're going to send it, you know, out of the base. So this is the third part of the game, right? And it's not the last. There is a fourth and important one in the future. But, you know, we had the starting one. This is our base, right? We had the second one was with tab going underground. And then the third is you press X and you're gonna get to the view of the moon. You can see the whole view of the moon. Our base is over here. And we're gonna want to go to the repeater. But in the future, there will be much more that we can do. All right? So that is the important piece over here. We are still in the night, by the way. So slowly but surely our battery is decreasing. We have to be careful. Yeah, we have miners that are not doing anything, so that's not great actually. We should probably, yeah, they have done a lot of nice digging here. So let's tell them to dig more. We're gonna tell them to dig maybe over here and over there. And you can see on the belt we have the resources that are arriving, right? The resources are slowly but surely arriving, so this is going to start working a bit better. So the rover is still hasn't left the base. Now he has, just now.
CRUST has sent the coordinates of the repeater. Let's send the rover there and try to deal with that piece of junk.
Okay, piece of junk. So select the repeater on the global map.
I'll remind you that we already received payment for the FASM contract, but haven't started fulfilling it yet.
That's not good.
Hurry up to avoid damaging our reputation as a reliable supplier.
So indeed, we need to make sure to do that one. But before,
In this case,
yeah, we need a landing platform. I'm gonna do that in a second. Give me a second. Come on.
Director,
Oh,
consider it all available.
yeah, I'll explain that in a second. Yeah. So we have a rover over here. We have the repeater. So we're gonna click on the repeater, set an expedition using, you know, the scout rover, right, and send it to investigate. So it's gonna take a bit of time, but yeah, the rover is gonna go from here to there, right, and investigate. In the meantime, let's talk indeed a bit more about research, because now we have different types of research, right? You can see, and why is this moving right now? We have the rover that's giving us some blue ones. We have the contract system that's giving us some green, and we have everything else for, you know, the orange. So it is saying wasting science point. Why? Because you may remember right now we're only doing this one, which is using only orange. So the blue and the green are being wasted. That's what they're saying. So we're gonna start using it, right? We need to do the landing platform for sure. This is the next mission, so let's go with it. And then we can do also a blue one, no, green one, sorry. So we have the living quarters, the ice processing technology, or the license for tender system. I think we're gonna go with that one. So now if I unpause the game, all right, you can go over here and see that my orange points are going there, my blue points are going there, and my green ones are going there. So I'm not wasting points anymore. I can also start putting more, into the queue if we want. The reality is this one's gonna take a long time. So maybe we'll see just when these ones are finished. I guess this one is gonna be the first one to finish. So maybe we can go with a better miner. But I don't want to use my blue points. I want to make sure that the blue points are used here first. So let's go with this one. Okay. So it is, ladies and gents, we are started, to make some productions over here. They are automated, as you can see. Oh, there is a low electricity over here. We do have some electricity left. Yeah, we started to automate the productions, right, from miners to, let's call it smelters, to the factory, right? We're starting to dig a lot too. So there's a lot of regoliths there, right, on the ground that can be used in the future. Basically right now it is sent to this bulk storage to be transformed into smart concrete. It's good to have smart concrete to build new stuff. And yeah, I think this is actually probably a good end to this second episode. I've showed you the basic production chains over here. We started also to talk about research a lot, right? Research is going to be very important, of course. And we're starting to do on the, let's call it world map, right? Moon map. We're starting to do our first expedition. Very critical for the story too. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one. Smash like button, and remember that if you are interested into this game, you can click on my sponsor link in the video description below. That will get you to Instant Gaming, where you can get this game with a great discount and also support the channel. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.